first thing you should do really is tune, because you need to get used to listening to what you're doing when you're tuning. And a lot of you will need a tuning app, something like that. They work in this way. So if you look at the pedal board, basically I've got a line here that will move, and then I'll also it'll move up and down, left or right, and I've got my note that it's identified. So I've got in the ballpark already. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tune it down and show you what to do. So you pluck your note with this hand. Use a pick, doesn't matter if you use a pick or your fingers. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to look at my tuner. I'm going to look at my tuning peg. So I've noticed this is going low. So what I do, as it's ringing out, I make a tiny turn till it's in the middle. If it moves around, that's normal. Sometimes it does that. And the other thing to do is, if you're using an app to do it on your phone, which is cool, there's a Guitar Tuner, there's the Fender app, there's loads of really good ones. If you are doing that, just make sure it's in a quiet place, away from the drummer, who just, whenever you start tuning with the phone app, they just start hitting the drum kit. It's a thing. So just make sure you're away from them too, and that's it, just tune it. Next one. So you'll tune whenever you get it out of the case, really. None of this, you know, tuned it last week business. Sometimes your note will go to the right, that means it's sharp, and if it goes below it means it's flat. This one's sharp. So the way tuners work is that they get tightened up from the nut along the string. If you're going downwards like this, best to go down a little bit further, then tune it, tighten it and tension it up. And also, it doesn't hurt just to pull on the string a little bit, just to stretch it where it needs to be. There you go, that's perfect. This one, just tune it upwards. Oh look, it's okay. The more you do it, the more you'll remember what it sounds like as well. Sometimes you can have a disaster because you've got it out of the case, and it's normally the G string because it gets bashed off the case. And I play it. Oh no, that's really flat, it's really low. And my tuner, looking at my tuner now, it's not even giving me a G, I'm nowhere near the ballpark. So there's a little trick you can do. And on the 5th fret, it will tell the note before on the 5th fret, it'll tell you the note after what it should sound like. So that note there is an A, that's the A string. So you can listen to it and it will tell, you can tune it till it sounds about that, sounds about there, and then you can tune it to the right note it needs to be. So like this one. Okay, so my G is really wrong, so let me play the 5th fret. Does that sound like it? Nearly. Let's keep going. There it is. And then what? Now I can look at the tuner because it's found that it's a G. There you go. So that works until we get to the G string and you're trying to find out what's on the B. Then you have to play the 4th fret. Then you go back to the 5th fret. So it's 5th fret, 5th fret, 5th fret, 4th fret if you're on the trying to find a B. And there you go. And that's in tune. Everyone plays a nice chord at the end just to check. It's as simple as that. Things that will make your guitar go in and out of tune. Wow, out of tune. Change of temperature, because it's made of wooden wires. Leaving it by a radiator will change the temperature of it. Leaving it outside, leaving it in the porch. Keep it in the home, okay? Getting it in and out of cases will obviously knock it out of tune. And when you first get your guitar, if you get a new one, which people do, and then they can't understand what it keeps going out of tune, the strings have to be stretched in. So one of the things, I mean, this guitar had its strings changed not so long ago. So what you can do, you can get a string stretcher, which is really cool. I'll demonstrate that in a bit. You just hold down each fret and just tug on the string like that while it's in tune. You're not going to snap the strings doing this unless you're really strong, but you do that. Now, just to demonstrate, that's a bit out of tune now. I've done that, but if I keep doing that, I'm just doing it on the dots now. Yeah, that's fine now. So when you first get your guitar, you should do that to it a few times. Just be, even with a little E string. Nice. The worst ones, G, I think, or the B, they can be the worst ones. See, look, even then, it's gone a bit out of tune. Bending really hard on the strings can do it too. You can do things to your guitar as well, so you could get new machine heads, like better quality ones. So I've got, most of my guitars are actually okay for that. I mean, you don't need really, really expensive ones. That doesn't really matter.
Don't forget to subscribe.
That is a thing. If your strings are old, they will go out of tune more often as well. They become brittle. They're more likely to snap as well. If you don't cut the ends off, you're more likely to go out of tune. If you don't cut the ends off there. Your nut can cause tuning problems if it's not cut properly. But there's something you can do with that. So if you've got problem, if you're tuning and the string suddenly slips, it's probably because it's catching on this bit. Take it off and just rub a bit of pencil into it, a bit of pencil lead or graphite. That can help it slide around a bit better. Bridges as well. So if you've got a Fender Stratocaster type guitar and you start using the whammy bar, so a guitar like this here, it's got a whammy bar. Keep messing around with that. Can start knocking it out of tune because they can catch on the saddles. And some are better than others at stuff like that, but that, you know, generally they're okay. That's basically it. So if you've got any questions or comments, happy to hear them.